Volume 3, A God's Remains. Suthar didn't move, stunned by the sight of life and death combined. The egg did not twitch, did not rattle, but it breathed. The magic pulsing from it grew stronger, its reach spreading like the Black Plague. Suthar's body began to warm. At first it was lukewarm, then hotter, hotter still until it burned like lava beneath his skin. The pulse pierced his soul like a knife. And then it spoke. Droutson Varkanar Silth, Vorzanar Zarka. The voice did not come from the egg but from within him. His hand reached out not by will but by instinct. His fingers touched the shell. A bolt of memory, not pain, surged through his body, a city long forgotten, hundreds dead. Bodies piled into hills of memory. Flowers growing from eye sockets, roots bursting from chests, a black sun rising. Suthar blinked and the egg was gone. In its place, glowing words shimmered on the lid of the chest. Tzarth nar yok viherek draka skorga. Herek velk. Rithar vihal drakanar skarn, vihal karkar nar zarka. This time he understood. Not all of it, but enough to be significant. It spoke of being hunted, of a god revived by screams. Suthar stumbled away from the altar, clutching his chest. His body still burned, though no flame was visible. The glyphs along his arms writhed like worms beneath his skin. His mouth tasted of ash and iron. The world around him was silent, too silent. No wind, no settling dust, not even the sound of his heartbeat. He glanced at the chest that once held the egg. It stood empty. A single vein of gold slithered down from the shattered stone and disappeared into the earth. The seed had been planted. Suthar's legs moved before his mind caught up. He walked through the dead field, through the remains of the magical cage. The colored stones were all cracked and withered like corpses drained of life. The beasts lay dead or dying slowly. Days passed. Time had become a noose. It no longer mattered. With every step, his surroundings changed. Trees bent away. Grass curled inward. Behind him, he left not footprints, but decay. He didn't know where to go, only that he had to move. At last, he came to a clearing. A spark of hope lit in Suthar's chest. Maybe I can find people who can help me get home, he thought. And then people, survivors. He ran to them like a child to a mother's arms. But too late, he realized. It was just what he expected. Their eyes were flowers. Their arms were vines. Visions of his mother flashed through his mind. The beings vanished, replaced by a stone. Category 1, KRAVANAR. Failed. Category 2, THURGA is alive, not controlled. Category 3, KURNETH, VHLKTH Scarthurn. Testing. Category 4, converted NARVHOK, VRLKA, under observation. Behind him, the trees stirred. One cocoon cracked, then another, and another. They were waking. The once empty air was now full. Suthar turned, his daggers appearing in his hand. But the tree did not attack. Instead, it spoke. Viherek nar, child, Vihalketh nar weapon. Vines slithered up from the earth, slow and cautious. They wrapped around Suthar's arms not to bind, but to merge, to feed. The glyphs along his skin turned gold crimson, glowing brighter with every second. His arms cracked, his veins pulsed with molten light. A face formed in the tree. It was a fusion of every face he'd seen before, hollow eyes, lips sewn shut with golden thread. Its breath was dust. The vines burned, but Suthar did not resist. The power crawling into him was not hostile. It was patient, it was fertile. The tree whispered not in words, but in roots, and the message bloomed in his mind. The flower-bed church had made a mistake. They hadn't created a weapon. They had watered a god. And now the harvest would begin. A pain strong enough to kill 100,000 men surged into Suthar's body. It swallowed him. He collapsed unconscious. When he awoke, the pain was gone. His soul had a purpose now, to reach Uzid. Suthar wandered once more, but he was no longer lost. The world reshaped itself around him. Soil split open at his steps. Blood flowers rotted. Bone thorns pierced the ground where his shadow passed. Night fell. Suthar came upon an abandoned chapel. Its roof had caved in. Its altars were desecrated, blood mixed with dried wax on the shattered floor. Flower sigils marked the pews. An emblem of a flower bed lay on the floor. In the chapel's center hung a crucifix with a child, no older than 10, eyes wide, hands missing, mouth stitched with gold laces, still breathing, still alive. Suthar crept closer, the child whimpered. From the shadows came another, not a child, not human, its flesh was bark. Its eyes flowers. It lunged. Suthar didn't dodge, he stepped into it. His blade met its throat, one motion. The creature hissed, not in pain but in disappointment, as if it had expected more. Its head rolled across the floor like a dropped melon. Suthar looked back. The child was gone, or perhaps had never been there. The glyphs on his arms pulsed again, then a voice, not from the egg, not from the void man, new, feminine, young, unkind. Vi Harn Sketh, Nar Zarka rises, Narvhul Eshril is a god. Vi Halketh Nar Soil.